Back in the nation's capital, things are boiling once again. House Republicans Devin Nunes and Trey Gowdy meeting with senior Justice Department officials looking for classified documents about the Russia investigation. Kim Strassel writing an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal. It reads in part, quote, "The Department of Justice lost its latest battle with Congress Thursday when it allowed House Intelligence Committee members to view classified documents about a top-secret intelligence source that was part of the FBI's investigation of the Trump campaign. Even without official confirmation of that source's name, the news so far holds some stunning implications. But the Justice Department is pushing back on her narrative, telling Fox News they only briefed the lawmakers and did not reveal any sources or let them read actual documents." And Kim Strassel, Wall Street Journal editorial board member and Fox News contributor, joins us now. One of those stunning revelations that you write about, and I would encourage our viewers to check out your piece in the Wall Street Journal, one of those stunning revelations is you say the FBI outright hid documents from congressional investigators.
Well, it's very important. Hi, John, by the way. It's very important to listen to Speaker Paul Ryan, who in his press conference yesterday pointed out that this request by Devin Nunes and Trey Gowdy was wholly appropriate and within the scope of their ongoing investigation, and frankly should have been answered quite a while ago. That's another way of saying that whatever this is entirely relevant to the long-standing probe that the House Intelligence Committee has been conducting into the FBI's handling of the Russia collusion investigation. And that means that the Justice Department, they knew full well that they should have handed over whatever it is that these two men are seeking all the way back last summer when they were requested for documents in August.
But the FBI has been stonewalling or concealing what it has, right?
Well, for months now, look at how they handled that initial subpoena. They simply ignored it, and then they delayed. And remember all of the excuses. This could harm national security. This could undermine our relationship with intelligence partners. What we have seen so far show that none of that's the case. What they were actually hiding were revelations that were hugely embarrassing to the FBI. For instance, the fact that it didn't fully inform the FISA court about the fact that it was basing its surveillance warrant on information that came from the rival presidential campaign.
And the indications are that the FBI had some kind of a source within the Trump campaign that was feeding them information?
Well, at least interacting with the Trump campaign. What we know from a leak that appears to have come from law enforcement is that they're requesting information about a source. And that term is important because when the FBI talks about a source, they talk about someone that's your average citizen that uses their credentials or their job as a way of spying for the agency. So we can take that to mean that this is somebody that was interacting with the Trump campaign in some way and reporting back to the FBI, which means the FBI was using human intelligence to spy on a presidential campaign.
Yeah, and that goes back to the whole unmasking controversy. You know, the FBI only masks those names because they've taken a look at the information and they have found that it's not relevant to whatever they're investigating. So when the Obama administration then unmasked those names, it was essentially revealing information that the FBI had already deemed was not relevant.
Well, these are protections that we have in place for American citizens who are interacting with foreigners. We're allowed, obviously, to keep track of what the Russian ambassador is saying on a phone. We have those spying tools, but we're not supposed to be using those tools to observe Americans. And so we mask those names, but we had the Obama administration unmasking. We now know that there was a surveillance warrants against members of the Trump campaign. We now believe, based on this, that they potentially had human people spying on that. I mean, this is pretty amazing and outrageous stuff, especially this is a political environment. Law enforcement is supposed to tread very carefully so that they don't look like they are in any way influencing or getting involved in an election. All
right, so my final question, if you could ask one question of the FBI and get an answer to it, what would it be?
Well, it would be for this name and to come clean about exactly what was happening in terms of all of its surveillance and monitoring and investigation of the Trump campaign. The American people need to see this.
Her piece is titled "About That FBI Source," and again, I'd urge you to read it. It's in the Wall Street Journal today. Kimberly Strassel, the author. Kim, thank you.